Hey everyone, welcome back to a new episode. This is episode 2, where we'll be learning a little bit of coding, not much, a little bit of coding at least for now. So, first thing first, as you can see in the screen, I've gone to a terminal. So, this is one way of going to terminal where I can click on a terminal and click on new terminal in Visual Studio Code. So, if you're using any other IDE, it may be a little different. You can just go through, and main thing is we need to go to terminal. So, first thing is I'll have to check which node version I'm making use of. So let me see which node. I'm using 24. I would prefer 22 and a higher version where it works seamlessly. And let us see what is an npm version also. So for me it is 11. So even here I would usually prefer more than 10 so that our lives become simpler. So once these things are configured, so if you don't see any of the node or npm version updated, you can go to the node official documentation, get that downloaded, and you should be able to see the same version that I'm seeing over here, or an upgraded version too, if you are seeing this video a little later. So let me go back to another terminal, and this is a command that does all the magic. So what this does is it will create all the heavy loading applications or heavy lifting applications and folder structures. It takes care of everything. So I've already ran this might take somewhere around 3 to 5 minutes according to the bandwidth of the internet that you're making use of. So in the interest of time, I've already ran this, so I'm not gonna run this again. So what we will do is once you run this, right, you'll be seeing a folder structure over here, and I'll be adding these commands in my description, so you can go over that. You'll be seeing these structures. These are predefined already. The main thing I want you guys to look at is app folder. So this is where the main coding will be done, and these are the three files that we'll have to go through thoroughly or understand what these things does. So first thing first, global.css, as the name says, right? So it's a global css file that is made use of, and this is in a global scope where any changes in the css, we can come over here and it applies for all the project structure that is there. So next is a layout. So we can assume this as a wrapper for all the pages or the UI elements that we create. So this is a single point application where it acts as a wrapper for me. And now let us run this code. So remember, we haven't changed anything now. So we're just trying to run a code. So there is a simple command where I can use to run this. So that's npm run dev. So which should ideally run my application, but here it is not because I'm not in a proper folder structure. So let me go to the folder structure and run. So it is trying to compile my project. So let me do a little hack here. So instead of opening it in a new browser, right? So I've installed a plugin, so you can install it in Visual Studio Code if you need. But I think this is very useful. So what this does is this, instead of going to a separate browser, it runs here locally in your Visual Studio Code, and this looks great. So we haven't changed anything, and without changing anything, I'm seeing a lot of things that are here. So this is a default structure that Next.js provides. So let us do a little more thing. So this looks a very big and it's very hard for us to understand. Let us remove this completely and see if we can do anything. So I'm just clicking tab. If you can see, it is giving me auto suggestion of what it should look like. So let me go with the flow. Let us see how or what this is. This is a simple code that it has written. So let me be a little greedy and I'll add my channel name, CodeGita. So if you haven't subscribed, please go ahead and subscribe for my channel. So this is all we have done. So let us go back to my page and browser and see how it looks. See, hooray. So it has taken all the details that I've added here, and it has given me the actual thing that's over here. But this looks little odd. There is a space in the middle. So let us see if we can make some changes over here. So what we will do is, in the instead of time, so we can just make a few changes. Let me go back to this page.js and let me add this. So let me run this and see. I haven't refreshed the page also. Even before running this, we are seeing this already over here where there is no space in between. So there are many permutations and combinations that you can try here with. And one thing what I wanted you guys to also say is, if you see over here, it just says create next tab. So let us see if we can change this. So for this to be changed, we'll just go to a layout. So this is where I'm seeing it. Let us make it as CodeGita AI new summaries and description. Great. Okay, let me go with the flow. Web application. See here, it got changed already. So that is how easy the complete structure is all about. So and the that's all for today. In the next episode, what we will try to do is, we will try to create new files. So let us do one thing. Let us have an API integration. Let's see if we can add a NewsAPI, and let's see if we can get something running over here with an API integration. So and that's all for today. So we'll meet you in the next episode, and we'll see how this complete project comes out. Thank you, everyone. Bye bye.